Hey, my name's Joel, and in this video, I'm gonna be giving you an overview and my honest thoughts on this SENIX 22-inch, 163cc gas-powered lawnmower. It's self-propelled, and it's got a lot of great features that many people are looking for at a pretty affordable price. So let's go through all those features, put it through its paces with some testing, and see if it's a good buy for you. And oh yeah, if you find this review helpful, be sure to give me a thumbs up because that really does help my channel. All right, let's start out by talking about the engine and the deck on this mower because that is the heart and soul of this whole operation. I really like this EXI 725 engine from Briggs & Stratton. It's 163 cc's, so it's large enough to go through 8 to maybe even 10-inch grass. You do have adjustments here on the side for your height, but this engine specifically means that you'll never have to change the oil. Just make sure you're always topped up to the proper level. Use your dipstick. Don't overfill. Don't let it run with no oil. And you can store it vertically in your garage up against a wall. And you can't do that with all engines because fluids and things will run down to places they're not supposed to be when it's stored vertically, but you can do that with this. It also has a no prime technology. It's an easy pull technology. There's no choke. There's nothing to figure out. All you have to do to start is hold the handle and pull that pull starter. And let me tell you, I'll show you in just a few minutes, it's extremely easy to do. Anybody could do this, and it's a nice, reliable engine from a company you can trust. So that is a huge plus. So as I said earlier, this has a 22-inch deck, which for me is the sweet spot for mowers. Much bigger, they get harder to maneuver, much smaller, and they're just too piddly to do any significant yard work with. I like the fact that you can mulch, bag, or you can dispense your clippings out the side here. You have this nice little spring-loaded door, and all you have to do, no bolts to take on or off. All you have to do is take your discharge funnel, chute here, flip this up, and there are two little, I would call them plastic pins that go into these two holes on the side of the discharge wing, and it just sets in there like that. It's locked into your mower. So you can quickly go from discharging out to side to mulching to bagging if you want to add the bag on the back. So let's get the bag real quick and show you what that looks like. So here it is. It's a pretty sizable bag and it's sturdy, comes completely assembled, has kind of a harder plastic shell on the bottom for wear. You can see a big wide mouth here that's gonna go into a yard bag really easily when you're done. It's got this handle on top that you can just grab it with. And this is your door for placing the bag on. You'll see you do need to remove this section right here. So just remove that if you wanna discharge into the bag. So all you have to do to attach the bag is use these sections right here. There's a clip on both sides, kind of a metal rod sticking out. Pull this section up and they clip in right here at the top. You just set it in there, and then this lid kind of locks everything in place. So that's nice and sturdy, not going anywhere. When you're done, pull the lid up, grab your handle, pull up, comes right out, and this flips back down. And we do not want to forget that we have this lever here to adjust our deck. It's got these nice handle grips. Just pull back, turn it up, and you can choose one of these grooves to place it within. And obviously, the higher you go, the higher your grass is going to be. So there we are on setting 4 out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 settings here. And you can go all the way up or all the way down pretty easily. Maneuvers your deck. I would recommend starting somewhere in the middle, maybe setting 4. That's probably where we'll start for our test. And while we're looking at our deck, I figured I would mention this front section here. This is not just for looks. This is also a handle if you want to store vertically. You grab it under here, and it does have this nice handle, this plastic handle that makes it easy to grip, flip up, and store along your wall. And to that same end, if you'd like to store vertically, you need to lay your handlebars down by pulling on these orange pins right here. You simply turn them sideways and they lock out on both sides. They're spring-loaded. And then you can lay your handle down forward like this, easily grab the front, and put everything vertical to store along your wall. The wheels are just hard plastic, so nothing can go flat, but they're really nothing special. Pretty standard wheels. The larger wheels are in the back. These are self-propelled, and it's all actuated by this self-propulsion lever right here, which I've been really impressed with the action on. All right, so this is a good look at the handlebars. They're really comfortable and ergonomic. You'll see this curve in them. They're not just flat. And you have some plastic sections here on the blade actuator that are where your handle is going to go. So your hands are going to go over the handle here. It's just way more comfortable than a flat bar across. Everything is tied down to the poles nicely. This is your pull start right here, and this is your self-propulsion activator. So if you let go of that, you will just be pushing under your own power. If you reach down and grab it, you can have the mower power you, and it's pretty handy the way it's set up. I gotta say, everything is really ergonomic and comfortable in the time I've used it so far. And the one thing I've been most anxious to show you in this video is just how quickly this starts. So I set this up and tested it yesterday, added my oil and my fuel, ran it for 2 or 3 minutes, cut some grass with it, then put it away. It sat all night and into the afternoon. It's completely cold right now. I haven't done anything before this video. We have not primed it. We have not choked it because there is none of that on this engine. So I'm just gonna simply hold this, pull, and see how easy I pull to get this thing to start. Anybody could start this mower. Check this out. I mean, that's so easy. I mean, seriously, I think my grandmother could start this mower. It's so easy. It's completely cold. It starts right up. That's that technology inside the EVI 725. Let's see how easy we can pull it and get it to start. And then if I want to go, I just pull this handle, and here we go. And I'll quickly say, in my experience so far, one of the things that's most impressive about this mower is just the ergonomics of that handle and how easy it is to turn the self-propulsion on and off. As you're turning a mower, like if you're going in one direction, turning around and coming back in the same direction, you have to turn that self-propulsion off intermittently to make those turns without being, thrown off course. This is much easier than every other mower I've used this summer. This giant orange handle, just where it is and the way it is, make it so much easier to start and stop that self-propulsion. So I really like that about this mower, and you'll see that when we get into testing. All right, time to do some testing. So I'm gonna take my mower deck down here and go all the way up to setting number 5 out of 6. Set on 5. We do have our side discharge on. I'm gonna take the bag off because I'm not gonna bag the clippings. I like to discharge. So we're gonna see how well this does on this long overgrown strip down by my ditch. So let's start out by starting things up and seeing how well it does. All right, self-propulsion. Let's get it going. All right, 1 strip down, and I already noticed 5 is too high, so I'm going down to 4. The other thing I've noticed is there's no adjustment to the speed on the self-propulsion, but it seems to be a good pace. So that's just something I just now realized. Let's go back on setting number 4. Okay, a few minutes ago I made a comment about the speed only having 1 speed, but I was actually wrong. This works more like a trigger right here. The further you pull in, the faster it goes. It's like a throttle. So if you just barely pull it, it goes a little slower. So I'll try to demonstrate that as I'm going, but I just figured that out. So watch this. Slow, and then a little faster, and then slow again. Yeah. And then a little faster. Nice. Then I can let go on the turn how I want, pick it back up. Really easy. All All right, so I've done about 15 minutes of test mowing here. We've got a really nice strip of grass going along my back ditch. And I gotta say, I'm extremely impressed with the features on the SENIX push mower. In fact, I'm most surprised and impressed by this throttle system that they have for the self-propulsion. You know, sometimes when you have to set self-propulsion and it's not easy to turn on or off, or it just kind of goes at one speed, it's either slow or fast, then it's a problem. But this throttle system, I really enjoyed, because I get to the end of the line, I can let it go, I can turn my mower, realign and get ready to go back the other way, and then just pull my handle either a little bit to go slowly or all the way back to go full speed ahead. And at full speed, it's got a little clip to it, so you're gonna have to have a brisk walking pace and lower grass, but it is a really hardy mower. That 22-inch deck feels just right. I guess I wish I had just a little more, maybe a 24 or a 26. I know I said earlier that I really like 22, but this is a larger yard, so maybe a little bit bigger. But I can't complain about the quality or usability or even the experience of this at all. It starts right up. We've been starting it and stopping it throughout this video, you know, probably 10 times. It starts with just like a half a pull every single time. So I'm really impressed, and I'm looking forward to using this more as the rest of the summer and fall move on, because it'll be great for mulching up leaves, bagging them. I discharged all my grass because that's the way I like to do it, but I think it'll be great for mulching or bagging if you have a smaller yard and just don't want those clippings out. So if you're interested in a push mower that's gas powered and self-propelled, I think this is a great one for you. Again, SENIX 22-inch, it's got the EXI 725 Briggs & Stratton engine. Check it out for yourself. I really think you're gonna like this one.